What it do? What it do? It's your boy DJ Tony Tone, Hot 97 Street Glory. Once again, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Make sure you tune in. All right, listen up. I have the beautiful,
Thank you.
funny. I'm not gonna say diva because she's not a diva.
I'm not a diva.
But
know it works.
multi-talented.
Thank you.
Kim Ford.
Thank you.
Kim, how are you?
I'm so excited to be in New York. You have no idea. At Hot 97, what?
See, you see how she knows how to make sure she does
What?
it properly.
Girl is at Hot 97 with DJ Tony. What?
Hey,
I'm
man,
happy
thank
to be
you.
here.
Thank you.
I had no idea
No, she didn't.
that I was going to be here. He just slid that in. Oh, yeah, I'm going to interview you. I was like, what?
Well, again,
Let's do it.
when we have guests that are from out of town
Yeah.
doing big things, I like to have them come by and talk about it. So,
Okay.
for those who don't know,
Okay.
who is Kim Ford?
Kim Ford is first the servant of God. I'm just here to walk it out.
Amen.
You know, so as I'm walking it out, what has she done? You know, I'm a mom. I have 2 children, a 21-year-old and a 12-year-old. And I'm pursuing my
She don't look like
dreams.
she has 21, but I'm sorry.
I do.
I digress.
He doesn't look. You don't want me to get started.
No,
on
we're
what
not going
he
there.
looks
We're not
like.
going there. We're not going there.
Right.
We're not going there.
So
I
yeah.
digress.
But yeah, I'm a mom, and you know, I'm an entrepreneur, speaker, media personality, and we'll get into all of that. But most importantly, you know, I live to merge faith with the mainstream. You know, I just want to be a light where there is darkness, and to do it in a cool, fly, fun way.
Nice.
That's it.
And that's what you do with Jubilee Mag.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Jubilee Mag.
Talk about that a little bit.
So I launched it in 2007, and I created it because I didn't see any media that represented my age demographic at the time. Typically between 18 to 35.
Okay.
Everything I saw that was faith-based, that was for the younger demographic. It was real corny. They tried. It didn't work.
Right.
You know, so I was like, I love Jesus, and I don't want to read your stuff. So I can imagine other people, they ain't checking for you because it is whack. So I said, you know what? I'm going to create my own. You know, my degree is in psychology. I didn't study media, journalism, any of that. I'm a total career changer. I had to figure it out myself. And this was back in 2007, before social media,
Right.
before WordPress, before Square, before anything that makes it easy.
Yeah.
You know, if you wanted a website, you had to pay a web designer.
Yeah, you had to know code and all that stuff. Yeah.
Thousands of dollars, and if you know, who has thousands of dollars to pay somebody on something that they're figuring out?
Right.
You know?
Right.
But Yahoo had something, a template that I used,
Okay.
Yahoo Site Builder, when Yahoo was popping back in the day. And I built my site. It took me days and hours. My eyes was just glossed over from trying to figure out. But I got it up, covered a few events, and the first major event that I requested credentials to cover, credentials meaning you got to ask to attend an event. Press stuff. Was the BET Hip Hop Awards in 2007.
Nice.
I didn't think they were going to tell me, you know. I'm like, yo, I'm official now. We going to find out, you know. They don't have to know I launched 2 weeks ago, you know. They don't know that. It looks like I've been there a minute.
Fake it till you make it.
Come on now. So I submitted my credentials, and they said yes.
Nice.
So that was my first major. So I get there, I see the red carpet. I see 106 in Park taping. That's when Terrence J and Roxy was still doing 106 in Park. And I was just amazed, like, wow, I'm like really here, you know. And the way I even started it as a testimony was because I was going through a divorce at the time.
Okay.
And, you know, at the time, you go through a divorce, you go through all these emotions, and I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do with my life now, you know? So I was like, let me dig back up this media outlet that I've always wanted to start. So this was like my focus. I took my focus over what didn't go right, and let's focus on the newness. So I did that, and you know, so from event to event to event since 2007, I've just made relationships with publicists, and I've interviewed everybody from Jada Pinkett Smith, Tyler Perry, everybody. You could T.I., like so many people I never would have thought I've been able to do, simply because God showed me a vision, and I just walked it out.
Nice. I also we spoke earlier about you're doing AIB Network.
Yes. So I have a new TV show now.
All right now.
You know, yes, because the goal has always been more than just having an online magazine.
Okay.
You know, I want people to get the goodness through reading it, through the ear gate, the eye gate, everywhere media can enter you. You know, I want it to.
You want
to
Kim
explore
Ford,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
A huge media mogul type thing. Yes, that's what I want.
Oprah.
Yes, a huge Oprah thing. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. But yeah, so I was offered the opportunity to have a TV show in Atlanta. And the show is basically an extension of what I was already doing with Jubilee Mag, you know, celebrity interviews, red carpets, those type things. And I've been able to do it. And so we're shooting now. So far they want 6 episodes. We'll be doing a little more. So far we've shot about 2. It'll reach about 2 million households in Atlanta. And it's the same similar type of feel. I bring on celebrities, I interview them, and not just celebrities, even people behind the camera, because sometimes people think, you know, if you want to be in Hollywood or entertainment, you can only be in the front. But what if you want to be a producer, director, writer? So I interview them and have them tell their journey of what if they want to do, you know, other things. DJs too, you know. He's coming to the ATL, y'all. So yeah, we're gonna flip the script a little bit in the A when he comes down. But yeah, so I'm so thankful for that, and so the goal is to continue to partner with larger networks because you know I got something to say. That's all.
Okay.
Got something to say.
And again, there was a lot of off-camera stuff that we talked about before we came on camera, and so Impact Network, I understand, is something that's in your sites as well.
Hot off the press. Thank God for my manager, Matt Ables.
Shout out to Matt.
Shout out to Matt, the man. You know, because we were just talking about it. You can't do this thing alone.
No, you can't.
You have to have a team. So Matt saw me out there doing everything myself. And he was like, yo, you need help. I see where this is going. We gonna get you there. You know, so he had a relationship with Impact Network. So I have another show there, which is going to reach about 80 million households nationwide, which is great. So I'm even closer and closer and closer to the bigger vision of just, you know, doing red carpets. But it's more than just that. It's being able to have those transparent conversations with mainstream people. Because at one point when I was covering the BET Hip Hop Awards, the editor of the Source magazine was like, I'm so glad you were here because nobody of faith is coming out here to talk to them. I'm not scared to go. You know, I'm not scared for people to say, why is she at the Hip Hop Awards? Isn't she a Christian? Isn't she? Yes, this is where I belong. This is where I'm most effective.
Exactly.
You know, so I interview a T.I. or whomever, a Wiz Khalifa, and I ask them about faith. Something I'm not digging for gossip or none of that, you know. I want to get to, you know, who they are and how faith, and when I ask that questions, the guards go down and I can see really who they are, and that's the story.
And they open up to you probably even more because they know that's coming from a pure place, and not from a, like you said, a gossipy place or a judgmental place.
That's it. And because I do that, that's the stories I want to tell of, you know, how did I get over this? Whether it was faith, whether it was something their mom told them, them going to church, or how they had their own personal one-on-one real talk with God because they was going through some real stuff.
So, to piggyback on that, single mom.
Yes, single. 2
kids, right? And, you know, TV, you know, media, you know, how do you manage to keep all of that together?
I still don't know. Well, my kids are like 10 years apart, right?
Okay.
So one is in college, one is in middle school. So they're not like little small kids. So a lot of things that I cover or that I do can sometimes be during the daytime when he's in school. My daughter goes to college in another city and state. She's 21, she's good. I don't have to worry about her. But my son is 12, you know, so I still have to make sure homework is checked, he eats, and everything. So we have this system when he comes home, make sure homework is done, he has food there. I have a red carpet I got to go to. Either you're going to come with me or you're going to, you know, do something else. And most times he's like, I don't want to go. Unless it's something like Black Panther. You know, I covered the red carpet for Black Panther. Oh, he wants to go to that. Any of the Marvel stuff, he'll go to. So I can't tell you. It's like once you do it, you just have a flow of things. Sometimes it might be a couple of weeks where nothing really is going on. Everything is me and the laptop. And it's only when I just really have to go out to do one-on-ones, then But you know, so many more things I want to do, write books, more speaking engagements. And, you know, he has his own identity, friends, and everything. But some kind of way, I've been able to make those worlds work.
Now, currently, there's a lot going on in the media with the Me Too movements and, you know, the women's movements. And shout out to all the women who are standing up for justice and all of that good stuff.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to ask you, what is your take on this current time that we're in right now?
The Me Too movement.
Yeah.
You know, I've never been in that situation, but I can imagine what that's like. You know, when you're here to focus on what your dream is and focus on the work, especially for the women who's not trying to sleep their way up.
Right.
You know,
Right.
who's really, you know, whether they got a degree to do it or they've taken the time to learn their skill set somewhere else. You know, I can imagine, you know, I'm just so happy that the time is now,
Right.
that it's finally happening now,
Right.
that they're not silenced,
Right.
that they're not in fear, you know, that they have to like dance a jig just to do basic stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that, you know, men don't have to do that. They just, you know, so God is just good.
Yeah.
You know, revenge is his, you know,
Yeah.
vengeance
Yeah,
is
vengeance
his.
says the Lord, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
so even when things do not go right your way or you've been taken advantage of, God will always show himself strong to bring you right back up to where and place you. He said he'll place you, you know, in front of your enemies. I think it's an amazing time for women to speak out if that has happened to you. Don't be afraid. Especially now because the whole world has your back, you know, but most importantly, God has your back and he has a plan for you. So
now, does it make it easier? Because I would imagine with all of the women coming together now, that there are a lot of entrepreneurs that are, you know, having a voice now, right? So does that make it easier to connect with other women? Because, you know, sometimes you can hear about women not coming together for various reasons, right? But I would imagine that now with this movement, women are coming together, and I'm not just black women, but women, period.
Right.
Different faiths and different nationalities and so forth. Now really coming together, and it's more of a sisterhood, right? Are you witnessing that as well?
I mean, and I love that. That is more than not just, you know, black women or any specific race of women, because you know, as a gender, we all want the same thing, respect. No one wants to be violated or deserves to be violated just to operate at work every day. Like nobody should have to do that. But because this has happened on so many levels in entertainment and music and film and all kinds of different, you know, arenas, I'm just glad it's finally coming out. You know, the help is here, and they can pursue the dreams that they've always wanted to. So, shout out to sisterhood. No matter what your skin color, if it's more like this, if it's like this, or if it's like this, it don't matter, right? Doesn't matter.
No, it's definitely a good time for women. And shout out to all the powerful women that are putting other women on. You know.
Just yesterday, I was, you know, I'm in town. I spoke at the Black Women in Media Conference, and it was so empowering. So empowering. We had panels. Tonight, they're honoring Kathy Hughes from TV One, executives from BET. So women that are executives that's helping the next generation of women that wants a career in media, showing them the right way, the do's and don'ts. I taught a workshop and answered so many questions, and they're just so hungry for it.
Speaking on Kathy Hughes, and, you know, there's probably ton more. Who was your influence growing up? Who did Kim Ford look at and say, you know what? I see so and so on TV. I'm gonna be like so and so.
You know what? That didn't happen for me as far as media until later in life, after college. Because even in college, I didn't even think I would be doing anything in media. I just knew, I'm from a small town. I just knew I didn't want to be in the country anymore. That's what I did know for sure.
I'm getting out of here.
I'm from Louisiana, Grambling, Louisiana. Shout out to GSU. You know, it's a small college town. And ever since elementary, I'm like, I have to be in a bigger city. And for me, that city was always Atlanta. You know, so I just knew I was going to move to Atlanta. What exactly I was going to do there, I did not know. But I said, when I get there, I'll figure it out. Because I saw what was popping in the 90s with LaFace and just so many things in culture, in entertainment culture, basically. I was like, yo, I need to get to ATL. You know, so later on, you know, once I really started taking what my passion and my purpose very seriously. Of course, Queen Oprah is always, you know.
Shout out to Oprah.
Shout out to Queen O. You know, because she focuses on the light, and that's my passion. Not the drama of that some of the talk shows, the route, you know, what was popular when she first came out. She went against the grain. And naturally, that's what I want to do. I'm not going with the gossip. I tell people all the time, if you want gossip, I'm not the site for you. You know, if you want something fun, hip, fly, but we really gonna talk about life issues and get you the real help you need that,
Right.
that people are hiding with the makeup and everything else and not getting to the root. That's what I want to talk about.
Right. So Oprah is when you began to get into it. Oprah was the one.
Oprah. And I always loved, you know, the slickness of vibe, and I always like being put on to indie underground artists.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
commercial radio, okay, cool, but I would run into so many dope artists. So I really wanted to create an avenue where artists that were not seen, not heard, to give them the visibility, because they wasn't getting the radio spins.
Right.
I'm like, yo, who is this? Why
Right.
are y'all not playing this?
Right.
I said, you know what, I got it. Let me
Right.
create something
Create the space,
and
right.
give them the opportunities,
Right.
since, you know, other people wasn't getting it.
Now, if there was any person that you could work with,
Yeah.
who would that be?
In media?
Just in anything.
Oh my gosh. I just said it. Oprah.
Yeah, I mean that's the
Oh my
obvious.
God.
That's the
yeah,
obvious.
Anybody other than
Oprah. Okay, yeah. So let me be specific. Anybody other than Oprah.
To do a media project with, you know, I would love, do you know who I really love is, and I've watched her journey from the beginning, is Ava DuVernay.
I just it's funny you should say her name. I just recently became aware of how much stuff she's done actually. And
Yes.
she's pretty amazing.
I saw it from the beginning, you know, in Atlanta. She started off as a publicist
Yeah,
for film
yeah,
and
that's what I
television and
found out, yeah,
everything.
yeah.
But there's a film festival in Atlanta called the Bronzelands Film Festival.
Okay.
And this was literally maybe only 5 or 6 years ago. She was debuting her indie film.
Okay.
She was just getting into film. And so I kind of like did a reaction to it or something when she was showing it. Because so many independent filmmakers are there. Fast forward only 5 years from now, she's one of the largest
Yeah.
filmmakers, especially for a woman, and even outside of
Yeah.
being a woman,
Shout out
just
to Ava
period.
DuVernay.
Shout out to Ava.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
gets it. If you haven't seen her documentary about prison reform on Netflix,
Yeah.
watch 13th,
Yeah.
because I learned so much
Yeah.
about the prison system.
Yeah.
Because me and my, you know, thinking, I'm like, oh, you went to jail? You must have did something.
Yeah.
You must have did something,
Yeah,
but
no,
not so.
yeah.
That is not
yeah.
the case. I learned a lot.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Ava would be great because I know she knows how to tell a great story.
Okay. So now before we go,
Okay.
where can everybody find Kim Ford?
Yeah, you can always find me on Instagram, all over social media, but IG is my jam. So I love Instagram. I am Kim Ford, like Tom Ford, but it's Kim Ford. But it's Kim Ford. My website, everything is I am Kim Ford. My website is iamkimford.com. Make sure you join my email list. That way I can always stay in communication with you to let you know what's going on, and that link and everything. And you can even get to Jubilee. You can get to everything if you go to iamkimford.com.
Well, there you have it, folks. Miss
Yeah.
Kim Ford from
Yay.
ATL, Jubilee Mag, TV host, you name it.
So much.
And it's been an honor to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. This was an
thank you for stopping by.
amazing surprise. I had no idea I was going to end up on
Thank you.
Hot 97.
Thank you for stopping by.
So thank you.
Sunday mornings, Street Glory, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. See you then.